Then she nodded, satisfied. She patted my hand twice with her bare, chilly little hand. Better, she announced. And then she slid off the bench. A woman, her mother, I assumed, called from the path, "Lily, come on, sweetheart." The little girl in the red coat waved her mitten at me, turned, and ran off, her little boots crunching in the fallen leaves. I was alone again, but the air didn't feel as cold. I looked down at the page, at my perfect, lonely sun, and next to it her chaotic, vibrant, purple-hearted universe. The page wasn't blank anymore, it was alive. I started to cry. Not the silent tears of the last year, but deep, shaking sobs that came from a place I thought had dried up and died. I cried for the man on the page wrapped in that ridiculous, wonderful purple heart. I cried for the simplicity of a child's solution. You are sad. Here is a sun. Here is a heart. Be better. I sat there until the streetlights flickered on, glowing orange in the twilight. I put the notebook back in my bag. I stood up. My legs were stiff, but they held me. I walked home. I took the 3 white envelopes from the table and I burned them in the kitchen sink, watching the edges curl and blacken into ash. The next morning I went back to the park. I brought my notebook and a whole pack of colored pencils. I drew the bench. I drew the oak tree. I drew the memory of a red coat. I came back the next day, and the next. I drew until my fingers ached. I filled every blank page. I drew the changing seasons on that bench. I drew my way through winter and into spring. That was 5 years ago. Today I am an illustrator. My studio is full of light. On the wall above my desk, framed in simple wood, is a single piece of paper. It has a simple sun, a lopsided sun, a stick figure, and a giant purple heart. My first published book, the one that changed everything, is called The Purple Sun. It's a bestseller. It's a story about a sad man and a child with a crayon. At every book signing, parents tell me their children ask to read it again and again. They point to the purple heart and smile. Sometimes when the old shadows creep in, I take out that crayon. I kept it. It's down to a stub now. And I hold it in my hand. I remember the weight of it that day, the warmth it had absorbed from a small, determined hand. We think we need grand gestures, epic rescues, dramatic turnarounds. We don't. We need a single, stubborn, human moment of connection. We need someone to look at our emptiness and, without a second thought, insist on filling it with color. My reason to stay wasn't a loud, dramatic argument. It was a quiet command from a stranger in a red coat. Draw. Draw sun.
And in the end, she was right. It was better.